Hitler's relationships with women were similarly troubled. While he both revered and idealized women, he also treated them with contempt.
Because of his extreme closeness to his mother, together with his father's extreme brutality, he grew up with what is typical in the circumstances, an obsession with women and sex, together with extreme inhibition.
After his mother, the most important woman in Hitler's life was his younger niece, Gerli Raubal, who lived with Hitler in his Munich apartment. He worshipped her and was extremely jealous of her relations with other men.
In general, Hitler treated Gerli as he treated most people he knew, in an overbearing, controlling, authoritarian way. Gerli, however, was a very spirited person who regularly stood up to him. He was never able to exert the degree of control over her that he wished to.
While Gerli was living with Hitler in Munich, she continued a relationship with a man in Vienna and became pregnant by him. What made matters worse in Hitler's eyes was that the man was Jewish.
They had a terrible fight that was overheard by the servants in the apartment, although they didn't know the content of it. And Hitler drove off to fulfill a speaking engagement out of town.
The next morning, Gerli was found dead in Hitler's Munich flat, shot in the chest. Gerli Raubal's death in 1931 remains a mystery. But there is little doubt that Hitler contributed to her tragic end. Meanwhile, Hitler had been seeing another woman, Eva Braun. They met when Eva worked as a receptionist and model in the studio of Hitler's official photographer, Heinrich Hoffmann. This is how Adolf Hitler first appeared to the 18-year-old Eva, working in Hoffmann's darkroom. Eva became an ardent admirer of Hitler and was fascinated with Hoffmann's photographs.
Eva Braun quickly fell in love with Hitler. She wanted to marry him, she wanted to have children with him. He was dead against both of those things.
Hitler considered Eva the ideal German woman, in his words, cute, cuddly, and naive. But he never took her out publicly. Lonely and neglected, Eva confided in her diary.
The weather is so wonderful, and I, the mistress of the greatest man in Germany and in the world, am sitting here and gazing at the sun through a window. How can he have so little understanding as to let me remain here, bowing to strangers? I've just sent him the crucial letter. Question: will he attach any importance to it? We'll see. If I don't get an answer before this evening, I'll take 25 pills and gently fall asleep into another world. He has so often told me he is madly in love with me, but what does that mean when I haven't had a good word from him in 3 months?
She attempted suicide a couple of times out of despair, and one time he asked the doctor who came in after she tried to kill herself whether this was a genuine suicide attempt or only a trick to win his sympathy. The physician assured Hitler that it was a genuine attempt, and he was touched by that.
Hitler kept his distance from Eva and never displayed any public affection toward her, or any woman for that matter. He had said over and over again, "I am married to Germany." Hitler thought of the German people as children who had to be controlled by a strict father, their Führer. He believed that it was his destiny to fulfill that role, but first, he had to seize power.